During this season of Lent, we've been talking about our responsibility of all of us as disciples of the Lord to go out and to make disciples, and how we need to have a strong and firm relationship with the Lord in order to do that, so that what's inside of us, that love of Christ, can flow over into someone else. And as we've been looking at that during these weeks of Lent, we may have come to the conclusion that there's not much water in the dam, that we don't exactly have those deep roots, so to speak, that our personal relationship with the Lord needs to be strengthened so that we can share that with someone else. And if that's the case, during these final weeks of Lent, the church gives us the 3 traditional Lenten disciplines that are great ways for us to strengthen that relationship: prayer, fasting, and giving of alms. And we all pray, hopefully, but Lent calls us to take it up a few steps. Last week in the gospel, we heard the story of the fig tree, how the owner goes to the orchard looking for figs and finds none. The tree, on the surface, everything looks great, but it's not producing its fruit. It's not doing what it's meant to be. Because many times, on the surface, everything looks good, but we're not producing the fruits God's looking for. And if that's the case, then prayer, fasting, and almsgiving are that cultivation, that fertilization, that nurturing of our own roots so that we can begin to produce the fruits God's looking for. What does prayer do to help us do that? Prayer is kind of like the rain that a tree needs. In prayer, we open our hearts just enough to invite God in, to allow God to pour down blessings upon us, to inspire us, to change our hearts. Just like rain pouring down is essential for a tree or any other plant to be able to bear fruit, so prayer is essential for you and I to produce the fruits we need. Prayer strengthens and enlarges our heart to make more room for God. If we're not praying, then the Christian life is seemingly impossible. Because prayer gives us the grace, it gives us the inspiration, and it gives us the strength by nurturing and growing our own relationship with the Lord so that we have something to share with someone else. So as Easter quickly draws closer, maybe this week we're called to focus in not only on whether we're praying, but how we're praying. Are we really praying in a way that nurtures us, that strengthens us, that makes us grow just like rain does for a tree, so that we also can bear the fruits that God is looking for from us? Not a sermon, not a homily, but just something for all of us to reflect on.